Hi everyone, it's me Sammy, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hope you're all having an amazing day whatever it is you're doing. As you can see behind me, Asda has just dropped off my weekly food shop, which means it's time for a weekly food shop haul. We're going to run through how much I spent, what I picked up and what meals I'm planning to make this week. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing down below, it means a lot to me. And without further ado, let's dive into it. So just in case you're new to my channel or new to this series on my channel, every single week I upload a weekly food shop haul that I do on a budget. My budget is up to £100 to spend every single week. For me and my 3 kids, I've got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old and a 2-year-old, so quite a varied bunch. And that has to cover all of our food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then also it has to cover any household items that I need from the grocery store as well. So I've got a budget of up to £100 to spend, so let's see how much I spent this week. This was one of those weeks that I was really thankful that I do my shopping online, because I kept having to add and take away and sort of adjust things to make it into that £100 budget, because I really wanted to be strict on myself this week. My shopping total this week was £101.63. With multi-buy savings, I saved £1.73, making my total £99.90. However, we did have 2 substitutes this week. One I kept and one I returned because I wanted bacon lardons for a pie that I'm doing this week, but they sent me chorizo instead and it just wouldn't work. So I returned that. That was £2.38 worth, which means after my refund, the total that I actually spent was £97.52. Now, of course, I do have to replace the bacon lardons, so I'm gonna have to go into the high street at some point. I've got like a Tesco Express, I've got a Co-op and a Sainsbury's in my local high street, so I'm sure I'm gonna be able to pick them up from somewhere, and I've got about £2.50 to get them with, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So that is how much I spent this week. Let's dive in and see what I actually picked up and what meals I'm planning to make. Let's start with my frozen bits. Just 2 frozen items this week. I've got a bag of chicken breast strips. I've been absolutely loving this. They're pre-cooked chicken breast strips, perfect for quick dinners, and I'm not having to cut up raw chicken, which I absolutely love, and it's an absolute bargain. I think it was £3.82 for this entire bag, and there is 500 grams of chicken breast strips in here. There's no waste because I don't have to cut off half the chicken to get rid of the tendons and stuff. You can either just defrost them, put them straight into a salad, or you can fry them from frozen in curries and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to use half of this bag this week and half of it next week. This week I'm going to be making a chicken red Thai curry. I'm going to be adding in bell peppers, green beans that I've got in my freezer, and also some butternut squash chunks from the freezer that I have left over from last week's meals. So making use of all of our frozen veggies and making a whole dinner out of it, which is perfect. I'm going to be serving that with some jasmine rice. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with it next week, but I feel like a chicken lasagna might be on the cards. Maybe like a peri-peri chicken lasagna. Stay tuned for next week because I'm going to have to add that now, aren't I, that I've said it. I've then got some frozen broccoli florets as well, and this is going to go as a side dish on the side of our steak pie this week. If you do want to see me cooking these meals as well, guys, then definitely do check out my Meals I Made This Week series on my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, at the beginning of every week I upload a weekly food shop haul, and then at the end of the week I upload my Meals I Made This Week video, where I show you 4 new dinner recipes every single week and 1 new dessert recipe as well. I break down the cost per meal, I break down the point of view of me cooking it and showing you the method and the recipe, and also you'll see it served up with portion sizes and how I adapt it for my toddler as well. That series is great for meal inspiration, especially if you're always wondering what you want to cook for dinner. So yeah, that's my frozen stuff anyway. I'm going to go pop these away and then we'll jump into the chilled stuff. Let's run through our meat options this week, because this is where the bulk of our dinners are. I've got 8 pork sausages by Asda. I absolutely love their chilled sausages. I'm just going to do like a sausage and mash with onion gravy this week. I've then got the Asda Just Essentials pork mince. This is the first time I'm getting this pork mince actually, so I'll let you know how it goes. It's 500 grams for £2.48, which I thought was an absolute bargain, and I'm going to use this to make a massive chili dinner this week. I absolutely love doing different variations of chili, and my pork chili is really, really tasty. And then for our slightly more expensive meal this week, I'm going to be making a steak pie from scratch. It's going to be steak, bacon lardons, mushrooms. It's going to be really nice with some short crust pastry on the top, and these are beef braising steaks that I'm going to be using for that. Just a couple of lunchbox top-ups this week. I've got a pack of 12 Baby Bells, and I've got 2 10-packs of the mini pepperoni, so I've got 2 packs of those. For fruit this week, I've got some Honey Crunch apples. That's going to be used in our Meals I Made This Week dessert. I'm actually doing an apple cinnamon sugar cake. Really looking forward to that one. I've then got a punnet of strawberries. I've got 3 packs of the watermelon slices. I think it's 3 for £1.17 or £1.20 now. I think it's just gone up by 3p, that deal. 3 for £1.20 I believe it is. But they're so good for on-the-go snacks for Ava. I've then got some fruit for the boys' lunches, and that is some easy peel mandarins. They love those. And then a 6-pack of bananas as well. I've got a 3-pack of onions just for cooking, and then we've got these potatoes. So this was my other substitute that I had, which I'm not mad at. I ordered a 2kg pack of the Maris Piper potatoes, which I really love for mashed potato. They sent me fluffy and golden baking potatoes, but still 2kg. I'm still going to be able to make mashed potato out of this, so I'm not mad at it. And I'm going to be using this for our sausage and mash, and then also some mash on the side of our steak pie as well. Some veg and herbs that we've got this week, let's run through them. I've got some fresh chilies that I'm going to be using for our red Thai curry as well as our chili. I've got some coriander that I'm going to be putting on a few dinners. I've also got some fresh thyme that I'm going to be using this week as well. I've got 1 whole cucumber, pack of 3 mixed peppers, and then also a 400g pack of versatile white mushrooms. These are going to be used in our steak pie as well as our chili. If there's any left, I'll chuck them in the Thai red curry as well. For Ava's lunches and snacks this week, I've got a pack of 6 fromage fraise, the Asda ones at 88p, absolute bargain. And then I've got 2 for £3.50 snack range again, guys. I've had a couple of weeks off of these and I've really missed having them for ease at lunchtimes. So I've got 16 savoury mini eggs, and then I've got some roast chicken flavour bites as well. I've got a 6 pint of whole milk and a 4 pint of skimmed milk as usual. I've got some buttermilk to go into our apple cinnamon sugar cake this week. I've got some ready roll short crust pastry to use for our steak pie, and then I've got 12 medium free range eggs as well. This is going to be used for our cake, to glaze our pie crust, and then I'm going to use whatever's left for like omelettes, hard-boiled eggs for lunches, that kind of stuff. But I'll usually get 1 dinner out of eggs a week, and then I'll just use some in other places as well. Now, if you've seen a few of my meals I made this week videos, you guys know I love a garlic bread bake. I'm going to be doing another one this week, but it's basically going to be mac and cheese garlic bread bake. So we make a mac and cheese, pop that into like a casserole dish, and then we top it with some broken off garlic bread baguette slices, and then we bake it in the oven, and you get garlic bread and whatever's underneath. It's amazing. I do it with meatballs in like a bolognese sauce as well. I did it with sausage and beans with some extra veggies last week. Such a good dinner hack. Absolutely love a garlic bread bake. So yeah, this week is going to be macaroni cheese garlic bread bake. So I've got 2 of the Just Essentials garlic breads. I think they're about 30p each, 36p each I believe. They're either 36 or 37p each, can't go wrong. I'll use 1.5 for my bakes, and then the other half will just be used on the side of a pasta dish later in the week. And then for that mac and cheese as well, I've got some British mature cheddar cheese. This is a 400g pack. I'll probably use half of that in the mac and cheese, and then the other half will just be in my fridge for grated cheese, because we love cheese in this house. And I've got some grated mozzarella that I'm going to use in the mac and cheese as well. And again, I'll use the remainder of that for a meal next week. And then I've also got a Tex-Mex dip selection, because me and the kids absolutely adore this. Even Ava loves the guacamole in it. She'll dip breadsticks and stuff in it. It's really sweet. So this comes with chili cheese, tomato salsa, guacamole, and sour cream and chive. Absolutely love this from Asda. It used to be like £3, now it's like £2.70. So a little bit expensive, but it is a nice treat for me and the kids every now and then. That's all the chilled stuff I have this week. So I'm going to pop this all in my fridge now, and then we'll be back to do non-food items and food cover bits. For non-food items this week, I've got a pack of 2 Asda Shades kitchen rolls, and then I've also got a jumbo pack of Asda's Little Angels nappies. These are size 6+. 46 nappies in here for £4.99. Absolutely love them. I've got a 10-pack of bottled water as well. From the bakery aisle, we've got 2 lots of the 2 baguettes, the bake at home baguettes, part baked ones. Absolutely love these. Ava really loves baguettes at the moment, so I thought we'd do some like soup and baguettes and things like that for lunches. As we're getting into colder weather, I want to sort of start having some soups and things like that as well, so I thought that would be a cute lunch for us one day this week. I've then got 4 all butter croissants. I haven't had croissants in forever. Thought I'd treat us to some croissants. And then I've got a soft white medium sliced loaf of bread as well. Asda bread, absolutely love it. For me and Ava, I've just got some Asda honey hoops. And then for the boys, I've treated them to the Nestle cereals again. I am going to revert back to the Asda cereals really soon because these are 2 for £5, but still so expensive. But it's worth it to treat them every now and then. But yeah, I think from next week we're going to go back to Asda cereals. So I've got some Golden Nuggets, they're Liam's choice, and I've got some Nesquik, which is Tyler's choice. For crisps this week, we've got a 12 pack of Hula Hoops, the barbecue beef, salt and vinegar, original and cheese and onion flavours. Then got a 6 pack of Pom Bears for Ava. And then as a treat, I've got some Zesty Lime Doritos. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know my feelings towards these, and they're absolutely amazing. They're in the rollback at Asda at the minute, so they're quite a bit cheaper than they normally would be, so I thought I would treat us while they're on special offer. Then some cooking ingredients I needed. I've got some plain flour. This is the free from gluten plain flour. Everyone always asks me why I always get gluten-free flour. My mum is gluten intolerant, so I always get flour that's gluten-free in case I'm baking or anything for her. I don't want to have to buy 2 lots of flour, so I always have it in the house because she tends to eat everything that I bake anyway, so that's the reason I get the free from, but there's some plain flour there. I've got a jar of sour cream. I'm going to be using this for our chili this week. I've got this instead of our fresh soured cream that I'd normally get, just because it lasts so much longer in the jar. So yeah, we're going to be using that for our chili. And then I've got 2 packs of jasmine microwave rice as well to go with our Thai red curry. And then lastly, I've got my tins and my jars for the week. First up, I've got some smoked paprika that I needed because I used the last of my paprika in our chorizo mac and cheese. Then got a tin of red kidney beans to use for our chili. And then I've got 2 tins of soup. Absolutely love Asda soups. And I've got the cream of chicken and the cream of tomato for mine and Ava's lunches this week. And then last up, I've got 2 jars. I've got a tomato and garlic pasta sauce, which I'm going to be using for our chili. Controversial, I know, but I absolutely love using sort of a cheap pasta sauce in chili sometimes. I'm going to show you how I adapt that in meals I made. And then I'm also going to be using this Sharwood's Thai red curry jar sauce, but in meals I made, I'm going to be using a jar of sauce, but I'm also going to be showing you how to adapt it, how to use up leftover veggies, and just how to make the absolute most out of using a jar sauce. So yeah, that is everything I got on my weekly food shop this week. Like I said, when I was actually placing the order and stuff, it was a lot of back and forth trying to get it. It kept going to like 105, 103, and I kept having to swap things out and change some meal ideas around to make use of everything that I've got in my pantry so I don't have to buy as much. So yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I do really want to start doing some planning videos as well. Going into the new year, I really want to do some sort of like planning videos as well to show you how I actually meal plan, because it is really well constructed in my head. I just need to be able to explain it to you guys. So yeah, going into the new year, there's going to be loads of fun new content that's going to be involved with actually helping you to plan your meals out and helping you to plan your weekly food shop under a budget. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know if you are as well. I feel like this series has been great for this year, and I will continue it until the end of the year, but I want to mix it up. Maybe some £50 grocery challenges and trying to do a certain amount of dinners under a certain budget and things like that. Just mixing it up every week. So I'm still showing you what I'm getting on my shopping, but we're just going to have an actual theme every week and things like that. I just think that's going to be really fun. But I will be sticking to the same sort of format until the end of the year anyway, just for ease. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for all the love and support on my channel at the moment. It means the absolute world to me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys, and hopefully I will see you really, really soon for another video. Take care. Bye.